Very, not very deep, just a little bit.
They look like some big slider turtles. Little baby
Yeah,
down by
you're
the water.
You're right.
There's the other one. I say swamp puppy for the kayaker's sake.
Look at those fish.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard the Aquabelle. My name is Logan, and I'm going to be your first mate. Down at the helm, we have our captain, Mary Pat. If you want to give a round of applause. If you need to wear a life jacket, just wrap it around your head, pull the strap in at the waist, buckle in the front and tighten it. But honestly, it is so shallow here, if we fall in, we're just going to stand up and walk to shore. And if you guys go to that mermaid show, that's actually the head spring where all this water is coming from. So if you guys look over here to the right, that tall white bird, that is a great egret. I also see some turtles over there on those branches as well. They look like some big slider turtles. But as I was saying earlier, it is pretty shallow here in the river. It's about 3 to 5 feet deep on average. But that spring is at least 419 feet. So as you can imagine, they are super strong. It is not easy to swim against that current. Iwachi Freshwater Adventure. They do require reservations in advance. It is much more relaxing. And you can do that with your own kayaks as well. I think it's an extra $5. They'll shuttle it back from that dock. And here on the right, you guys see that board? That is true to size. Those are the average wingspans of those birds of prey. That's Parker's Landing. There's a school nearby, and they bring kids there for field trips.
Oh,
got a mole to jump in, and I also see a very large soft-shelled turtle crawling up onto that pad of algae. You see an otter? Oh, yep. If you guys look over here.
Bro?
Yep, they're climbing.
Get them for me. Just remember that.
Yep, and we got that soft shell over here to the right, and he's climbing up onto that pad. He looks like he's struggling a little bit.
no. Oh, they're in the tree.
Oh, wow, we got a whole bunch of wildlife.
Oh, look
right
at
now.
them.
I see another bird coming up, too. Over on this bald cypress tree here, he's on the end of that branch. It's a blackbird. These are the birds that like to swim. Their nickname is snakebird because they have really long necks. They do look a lot like a snake while they're swimming. There's also a little blue heron down there too. We'll see them every now and then, the moccasins. Typically though, we see banded water snakes, which those ones aren't venomous, so that's good. But honestly, if you can tell the difference, you are too close. And if you guys look up ahead in these trees, towards that far back corner, you're going to see a really large nest. That's a bald eagle's nest. Good look from the left, and then we're going to get turned around. You get a good look from the right. I see another little blue heron over here to the right. He's right in front of this island, which this is the only island on the entire river. Back in the day when ABC owned the park, that used to be Monkey Island. But when the state took over, they relocated the monkeys. But if you guys go to Homosassa or Silver Springs, they still have a Monkey Island. Just a little guy, probably about 2 feet long.
He's laying on
maybe
top
a
of
foot
the,
and a half.
right on top of the marsh.
Earlier, this is pure fresh water. They use a process called urohaline that helps them adapt to different salinities. Basically, they're able to keep the salt in their bodies.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep, we're gonna get turned around right here. And now that we're turned around, you guys can see that nest. It's all the way over to the right towards the top of that tree. And you may think that nest is pretty big, but you'd be surprised. It's relatively new. The last nest was blown down from a tornado back in 2022. So they've been rebuilding that one. It's about 300 to 400 pounds already, and they'll keep adding on to it every year. But that is nothing compared to the record. The largest nest ever found was back in the 60s in St. Pete, Florida. It was 4,400 pounds. So 4,000 pounds bigger than that nest and 800 pounds heavier than this boat. And it is no longer there because it snapped the tree. They got a little too ambitious. They were trying to build a mansion of their dreams. Yeah, we just did a little loop. Wikiwachi stands for winding waters. And if you go down the river, you will see why it is very twisty and windy all the way to the Gulf. And it's very... Seen those on the way. glad they're still there. Oh, I do. I see them right over there.
I didn't get to see him.
I also see another swamp puppy, you guys.
Oh,
The bigger one.
See him?
I say swamp puppy for the kayakers' sake. The otters will be on your right.
I see one. Where's the other one?
There's the other one.
Very, not very deep, just a little bit.
Keep out for some turtles. You might see some over here in this algae. I still see some turtles up at those branches there on the left coming up.
Yeah,
Yep, we got a yellow belly slider up on that branch.
1246.
And a little baby down by the water.
You're right.
See a little baby right in between.
See him? No, underneath that second branch, the smaller one.
Oh, yep, there's that great egret right there on the left. Just in case we happen to bump, we don't want you going overboard. And for those of you on the right, just be careful with your arms and elbows. You don't want to end up with a splinter either. But thank you so much for joining us on this boat ride. I hope